everyone, just a quick little video. So on Friday, we had some news that we lost our cases for restaurants and gyms as far as the injunction went, as well as we found out that there will be no relief given to anyone or any small businesses that have to do with COVID relief in this 3.5 trillion, whether it be reconciliation or whatnot. There is talks that there might be some relief for gyms down the road, maybe later in 2022 and possibly in 2023. So anyone who was holding on hope for that, it's now over with, forget it. And the fight for some sort of funding in a separate standalone bill will begin for, again, later, maybe possibly in 2022 and 2023. But the fact that we have 40% of businesses in this state that have closed and 25% of gyms throughout the country it begs the question to how many will be left standing at the end of 2022 or in 2023. As far as the lawsuit goes, it just basically seems that the deck is stacked against us, that there is more going on here. The fact that the judge is just throwing up their hands and they're just not going to weigh in on these decisions, and they're not going to overrule, and they're not going to give any clear definitions of answers of why. They're just stepping aside and saying that they're not going to overstep and tell a sitting governor or mayor what they can and cannot do. So that's where we stand with all of that. That means that that mandates will be rolled out. They started today and enforceable today. I don't know whether they're going to be coming to places who are called or whether it's going to be random. I don't think they have enough people to do this. I think that this is just thrown together. So I don't know how any of this is going to be implemented, I guess, as of now. You know, the whole thing really is just a shame, no matter where you kind of stand. Gyms have just been stepped on, walked over. You know, we are in a health crisis. It would have been funny had we mandated, let's say, not getting fast food. Maybe we should have mandated exercise. Maybe we should have mandated an hour a day that you had to go to. Everybody had to sign up at a gym. Maybe we should have mandated our children having to do laps or push-ups or sit-ups or air squats or burpees, getting the heart rate elevated. Wouldn't that have been something to mandate? Maybe we need to mandate healthier food choices in schools. Maybe we need to mandate that food stamps and things like that can't be used for sugary products. Maybe we need to lower the products that are good for you and allow those people and allow people who need our help to get the right nutritious food. And maybe we should have mandated things along the lines of that. I don't understand why we're mandating people and businesses, free businesses, to do something that they don't want to do. More importantly, where was it or when was it that our elected officials stopped working for the people in the state? In other words, if all of New York State or majority of New York State doesn't want vaccine mandates or doesn't want businesses being forced to say you can come in, you can't come in, why is it that we're doing it? Doesn't Bill de Blasio work for the people? What about Senator Schumer? What about Nancy Pelosi? Don't they work for the people inside their states? Or they just work for themselves and for whatever it is that the party that wants? And this goes on both sides. Mitch McConnell and Lindsey Graham, everybody. We are sitting here today with 40% closure in our state, 25% across the country, in a health crisis where fitness and gyms and nutrition can help people. We have no money, we have no relief. We've gotten shot down in court. We're given no reasons. We're just being told what to do. This is an attack on small businesses. This is an attack on entrepreneurs. If you don't think so, you're not following the bouncing ball, and you're not following the money, and you're not following what's in these bills, and you're not following all the things that are going on. If they really cared about us, wouldn't there have been more empathy? Wouldn't there have been more relief set aside? Wouldn't they have said, we're going to close you, but we're going to pay you. We're going to close you, but we're going to take your tax returns and we're going to do this. Unemployment doesn't do anything for us. Giving us an EIDL that gives us a 30-year loan doesn't do anything for us. We didn't qualify for PPP, and you knew we didn't. There is just nothing for us. Now you're telling us we can't get any of the federal relief. We are one of 3 business industries that were federally shut. We have no money between the months of March to August. We were given nothing. We were closed there. We couldn't make any money. We couldn't do anything. And you're basically just telling us, go screw yourselves. We don't give a shit. And we're done. If you cared, and it wasn't over trying to put people out of business, well, then something would have been done. Inside the $3.5 trillion bill is something called the PROS Act. You should look this up. We will be talking about this over the next coming weeks. This gives more credence to the fact that small businesses are forever going to change and maybe not exist at all. And I'm not kidding about that. So we need to continue our fight, and we will be down in DC this week fighting for having part of the EIDL forgiven, just the same as PPP was, to have some sort of tax credit relief, to have memberships not be a taxable revenue stream for those who it does affect. We'll be pushing the fitness apprenticeship program to get us out of this recreation nonsense that we're in. We're going to be pushing to have fitness and have our industry be a forefront of how we're supposed to get back from this pandemic. Again, maybe we should be mandating different things. But, no matter where you stand on this issue, I don't know many people that are okay with being forced to do a great deal of things. Recently, Howard Stern came out and echoed what Arnold Schwarzenegger had said, and it was along the lines of "fuck your freedoms. I want my life back." Well, you selfish, inconsiderate, unempathetic asshole who sits in your mansion making billions or millions of dollars, maybe you should have never lost your rights and freedoms. Maybe they should have never been taken away from you. Maybe it's not the unvaccinated person's fault. Maybe we shouldn't have had these mandates forced down our throats. Maybe we shouldn't have been forced closed for 16 months or 18 months. It was supposed to be 2 weeks. It was supposed to be until a certain amount of people were vaccinated. We've hit all those numbers and we continue to pass all those numbers, but yet we're still told to close. Maybe you should use your platform and try to advocate towards the businesses and the people who have lost everything. Maybe you should give a shit about those people instead of caring so much about yourself and sitting there in your house with your 10 bedrooms and your 10 bathrooms. I've never been a fan of yours, but that's just me. I don't understand why the billionaires or the millionaires are going to sit there and tell us what we should be doing and shouldn't be doing. Maybe this didn't affect you, but it did affect millions of others. Lost their lives, lost their businesses. Do you give a shit? Probably not. Probably not. You just want your life back. Here's a newsflash for everybody. Life isn't going back to the way it ever was. It's just not. It has forever been changed. How we do business in the small business community and the private sector has forever been changed. Corporations has forever been changed. Rules and regulations have forever been changed. So, maybe the thought should have been, you never should have lost your rights to begin with. Maybe there was another way to go about it. I don't know. Maybe. Maybe that's what people were put in charge for. Instead of telling us to shut down with no help. It'll be 2 weeks. 2 weeks turned to months. Months turned into a year. A year turned into a year and a half. That's insanity. And maybe you can weather that, and certain people can. But most people can't. And maybe you should stand up and fight for those people. But I digress. This is where we are. This is what we're fighting for. This is what we're going to DC for. If you haven't become a member of ours, please do so. If you want to donate to us, please go to our website. There's a donation page. We'll continue to fight. We'll continue to keep you guys updated. Any questions, anything like that, please get back to me and let me know. All right, guys, good luck.